Alright, so this is my Cosmic Dragon Quasar deck. Yeah, I can make Quasar in this deck. I can make 3 Quasars because I use Soul Charge, obviously. Magical Merchant helps me get to my Soul Charge and all my other spells and traps. The funny thing is, it flips and I immediately get a card. I don't get to mill as much. I think I mill like one. I flipped Magical Merchant, milled Magical Merchant, and then got, I think, Soul Charge, and that was it. That was funny. It doesn't mill as much, but it's really there just to help me get to these guys. Because the Cosmic Dragons themselves already do what they need to do. They already do their job. One dies, bring out another one, then bring out another one. You know what I mean? The synergy. I have, obviously, the Earth one. They all have the same effect. When this card you control is destroyed by battle by card effect and sent to your graveyard, you can special summon another Cosmic Dragon from your deck in face of defense position. You can only apply his effect once per turn. So they all basically have the same effect. This, same thing, dies. You could bring one out, but this one specifically wants you to bring it out in attack mode. I don't like that. I prefer defense. This is the tuner of the deck. It has the same effect. You destroy by battle card effect. You could bring out a Cosmic Dragon. This is a 1-star non-tuner, and it same effect, but this one brings out in attack mode. So pretty much all the monsters that have high defense, low attacks, like this one and the water one, they have their effect is they bring out the monsters into attack mode, while the ones with the high attacks are the ones that bring the monsters out in defense mode. And then you got the fire one, 1900 beast stick. That's always good. Same goes for him. He's destroyed, do his thing, but he also has the added effect that during your opponent's main phase or battle phase, you can synchro summon one synchro monster using only Cosmic Dragon monsters you control as synchro materials, and this is a quick effect. It's a good way of making black rolls during your opponent's battle phase or main phase, especially during battle phase. That's the best time to do it. Like, boom, black rolls, you mad? And a synchro monster that uses this card as synchro material gains 500 attack and defense. So that's nice. You gotta love that extra boost. But all the other ones, this also has an effect as well. This has a synchro monster that uses this card as a synchro material is unaffected by spell cards. That's nice. Did not know that. Learning is important. Alright, this has effect when a Cosmic Dragon monster you control is destroyed by battle by card effect and sent to the graveyard. While this card is in your graveyard, you can special summon this card from your graveyard. A special summon this way banishes this card when it leaves the field. I'm gonna admit, I also did not know that part of the effect. I normally just use they die, bring out another one, they die, bring out another one. So I admit that I didn't know that effect. Ironically, this one is the only one I knew about its effect, because I sometimes use it. The other ones I didn't know. This is pretty nice that it could self-resurrect itself. It's pretty useful. Let's see, the wind one. A synchro monster that used this card as synchro. Yeah, I already read that one. Let's see what the water one does. A synchro monster that used this card as synchro material is unaffected by traps. And this one, synchro monster that used this card as synchro material cannot be destroyed by battle. Yeah, it's important to read the full effects. Don't just read the first half and then just think you know the effects. I did not know this part of the effects. That means I had monsters that they couldn't die by battle. That's important. Typically I just black rolls and go into Quasar, and the stuff that I make with him was like Hyper Librarian or Catastrophe or something, and they get used as synchro material, so for Quasar, so it didn't really matter. But it's good to know now that they have those added effects. That's some spam right there. And I got Construction Train Signal Red. You know, a hand trap. That's mainly why it's in there. I didn't want to have I had this originally in it. I was like, now I want more monsters for Magical Merchants effect, so I took out supply unit and added this instead. I prefer defense anyway, and this is just a great card in general. I love it, love it, love it, love it. So I threw it in there, and it definitely helped. I was going up against a Light Sworn player, and it definitely was useful. Again, as always, I decked them out. Sad face. I actually have a screenshot of it. Damn it. I decked them out when I really wanted to try to beat him, because he had 900 life points left. But I did not have, you know, your usual, like some people will have, what's his name? Guy Cowboy. Like, I looked at my extra decks, like, do I have one? Did I throw one in there? It's like, no, didn't throw one in there, so I don't use it. As you can see, I used Exiton number 101. They definitely got used. Slacker Magician got used. So when I was in the duel, I put up a wall with Soul Charge, because he had like triple JD in his hands, but then he started discarding the JDs for card effects. I'm like, what the hell are you doing? For Soul Charge and shit, like, what the hell are you doing? Why don't you drop JD already? Well, granted, I was going to use JD's mill effect to deck him out, but against, you know, deck him out, because obviously I had two train signal reds in my hand, so I was going to use this to survive the triple JDO TK, right? And then he would have milled 12 cards on his end phase, and he would have lost. But I eventually ended up decking him out anyway, because he had 2 little lives. He synchroed. He had 4 cards. He synchroed into the 7-star Light Sworn synchro. Banished, paid 1,000, banished 1 more monster. That's how he got to 900. Because he had 1,900, but then he paid 1,000 and had 900 left. And then he banished some stuff and ended up milling 3 cards. I had 8,000 life points. I used Soul Charge, paid 4,000, brought back 4 monsters. One of them was Slacker Magician, and I brought back some more of the dragons, so that way when they die I just bring out more dragons, so JD wouldn't have been that much of a problem. And then, you know, reducing his life points, JD wouldn't even be an issue, and then he'll just mill out from JD, so that's all I was counting on, but he didn't do it. I got Beto, MST. Well, you know what Soul Charge does, bring a whole bunch of monsters, lose 1,000 afterwards, and apparently your opponent can't Bombless or Trenchel, because the last thing to happen is you lose the life points. That is broken. Alright, Beto, MST, Regeki Break, and Red String, my staples. You know what to do with them. And Call of Haunted, because Call of Haunted is useful with the Cosmic Dragons, because you can bring back the monster, and then when Call of Haunted is destroyed, you get their effects. Just bringing them back, and then they get destroyed by, you know, by battle or something, you get their effects. So it just works. You know what I mean? It's like a it's kind of like a wannabe Soul Charge, right? The Soul Charge is better, right? And 1 Day of Peace, because it's a good card. But there is a combo with it though. You play 1 Day of Peace, you summon any of the Cosmic Dragons, and just start smashing it into your opponent's monsters. Obviously you take no battle damage, and then you can just set up the graveyard and just end up sending a whole bunch of these dragons to the grave. Right, and set up enough dragons that in your next turn you can Soul Charge and pretty much just make Quasar. I got Slacker Magician, Zen Main, Exiton because he's broken, number 101 because he's broken, Pyro Tile as a backup to Formula. I always go into Formula first. You know, get that draw right quick, right? But if it gets warning or something, I always have a backup, which is Pyro Tile. Formula, because you know, it gives me the ability to draw, and I can synchro during my opponent's turn with them when I use it with Call of Haunted. Allow just a Catastor against any deck that's not dark. Plus he's a 5-star, so I can use him to make Quasar. Hyper Librarian, so I can draw. Plus he's 2400. That's a decent attack strength. I've taken down Monarchs with that. Black Rose, because I sometimes just need to clear the field. Got to reset the field presence and have card advantage over my opponents. Especially, you know, I mean, I run Soul Charge, so it's not a problem. It's easy to recoup my field presence after I Black Rose. Grab Dragon to get rid of what I want to get rid of. High Red Dragon, that gets rid of a lot of attack position monsters, and I can still attack with it. Shooting Star Dragon, in case Quasar does get defeated, I can bring him out. And then 3 Quasars just because I can make them, and I have made at least 2 in certain duels. And that's the end of the deck profile.